All right, next up is another one of my little sleeper favorites, and that's J.L. Skinner from Boise.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how much more of a sleeper he's going to be once we start seeing him in a few weeks, or
Yeah.
everybody gets a look at him because this guy is huge for the position. I mean,
Yeah.
is this? Do you believe that he might be one of the top hybrid players? Could he be that guy? Is that could be even the reason why a team drafts him?
It could be. I think some teams are gonna be a little concerned about the lack of bulk. I mean, he's got the frame. He's 6'4". I think the weight on I have on him, I think it was 205, 210. So when you're
Oh,
looking
you
at
have it that
that,
low? Okay, I had him at
uh,
220, but that was last year.
yeah, let me see what I have. I have 210,
Okay,
6'4",
yeah,
210. That's
that's
the
a difference.
official.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the lower body, right? I mean, I think he's broad. He's got a really wide wingspan. He is, yeah, 82-inch wingspan, 34.5-inch arms. Like that is ridiculous kind of radius for a safety. Like that is a tough guy to want to throw the ball near, right? Because of what he can reach that other guys can't. But hybrid to me is, can he play linebacker in certain looks? I don't think so, only because the lower body, it's thin. It looks like a track
Sure,
athlete,
yeah.
basketball athlete, and he has a hard time bending. He's not the bendiest guy. So, he's just going to be a big target for blockers to reach his shoulder pads and in traffic and defend the inside run. But he is going to be a factor against the running game.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
if that's what the metric is he a hybrid? Absolutely, he could play that kind of role. I think Skinner, similar to Jaron Curse, who kind of has manufactured a role with Dallas over the past few years of being a menace against opposing tight ends. Those guys are hard to find. Someone that could truly cover a tight end, a Travis Kelce, a George
Oh, yeah.
Kittle, they're really hard to find because you could be a physical defensive back, but you're probably still not long enough. You could be a big linebacker, you're probably not fast enough, right? So JL Skinner, he's going to have this radius that I just talked about. That sorry, to 33-inch arms, that the very few guys have that can move like this. So a defense that has had issues, or they're in the same division as one of these top tight ends, that's someone that, like, hey, that might be your role. Go cover Travis Kelce. Good luck. And so I do think he's going to get drafted a little higher than people think because he's a big time specialty
Oh,
type player.
oh, and that's just another add-on. And look, you just don't find guys that play this position with that size. And again,
Right.
if he's
And he can
210
move.
rather than 220, that is a big difference.
Yeah, he can move too, though. I think that's one thing I was impressed by with his tape. Sometimes I don't love this body type, the overly long, skinny, because the high hips, right? Just it's hard for them to move. Like football is played in short spaces, right? We see the highlights and like the big plays down the field. You got to be able to move left
Yeah.
to right in a heartbeat. And most guys with this body type can't, but he can. And I think the NFL is going to see that, and I think it's going to boost his stock a little bit.
What do you prefer using him for? Because he has got playmaking ability, and again, he's extremely physical. So,
Yeah,
which one do you think you? Because sometimes you can't really have them both in the same scheme.
right.
But if you had to choose, which one would you choose? His playmaking ability or his physicality?
Good question. I would say the playmaking ability. Um,
That's
with
got a
a
higher
nice,
ceiling. He could
yeah,
translate because that goes a long way on a
yeah, it
defense.
does.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, hey, and every NFL team knows this. Every fan should know this. When you start winning the turnover battle, it's the quickest way to win a football
Yep.
game. There's no metric that quantifies that a win as much as the turnover battle, and that playmaking ability he brings to the table. It's going to get noticed.
Well, Jets might want to keep an eye on him then,
Yep,
because the
I
Jets
agree.
can use a guy in that exact role. That's what they need on
I'll tell you what,
defense.
man. Salah would love him.
Number
Just
one
mentality
need
wise. Yeah.
is a guy
You
that can
think that's
play in the
number one
middle of
need?
that defense and that can create
Okay.
turnovers.
I love it. I think that's going to be one of your guys.